Hey there! In today's video, I'm going to be making this nightmarish abomination, cute critter with an absolutely beautiful smile. I started out this project with a couple simple sketches. My drawing skills are pretty basic, but this step helps me visualize what I'm trying to make. As I'm sculpting, I'll make a ton of changes, so these are definitely not final. For the materials, I will be primarily using this 2-part epoxy clay and this resin starch-based clay called Resix. Before even beginning the body, I'm making the eyeball, teeth, and claws out of the Resix clay. I'm doing this because it's air dry clay, and it's going to take 6 hours to dry, so as these dry, I'll be able to start the body. For each tooth, I create a small cube roughly with my fingers, and then shape the grooves of the tooth using this rounded off spike. The really cool thing with this clay is once it dries, it becomes really slightly translucent just like real teeth, so it's the absolute perfect thing for stuff like eyeballs, teeth, or even skin. As I'm doing these, I'm not really following any references, I'm just trying to make something that looks more or less like human teeth. In addition to the chompers, I'm also making some of the front teeth, which are more flat with a thinner edge. My claws look more like cashews more than anything else, but I think they'll work. And after about an hour of work, I got all the teeth and claws done. Now that all those are out of the way, I'm making a really basic armature out of wire. I'm using tinfoil as filler for the inside of my creature, so I don't waste as much clay. For the general shape of my creature, I'll be using this 2-part epoxy clay to fill it in. I won't be actually using this for any of the details, I'll be using the Resix clay for all that. I like using this epoxy clay for this kind of stuff, as when it hardens, it dries to a really durable finish. Finally, that beautiful smile is starting to show through. Since I wanted for my creature to have really sick looking and stretched out skin, I'm using this wire to replicate ribs. Once I lay down my final layer of clay, I'm hoping it will look like protruding ribs. I'm trying to do the same thing with the back as I did with the ribs, so once I lay down the skin, it'll look like protruding vertebrae. For the legs, I make the shape out of wire and then just cover them with more epoxy later on. It's slowly finally taking shape. Now it's finally time for my Resix clay. I spread it out thinly and then just apply it over the top. The backbones end up forming quite nicely, but I realized I shouldn't have used metal wire because the metal is protruding too much. I tried to fix that with just applying more clay and it seemed to work. With this Resix clay, if I want to blend two pieces together, I use water and rub it with my finger. While the clay is still soft, I insert the teeth one by one. For the next part, I unfortunately lost the footage, but basically when I was putting in the eyeball, I had to redo the teeth again, so here you have it again. I originally had a creepy creature in mind, not this goofy abomination, but at this point it's too late to turn back. Overall, it took me about 5 hours in one sitting to sculpt this little guy, which I had an absolute blast doing. The only thing at this point that I had left to do was add some texture and wrinkles to the legs. With this clay, it has different stages of workability, so about after an hour, when it's harder, I can add softer folds like these. Finally, it's time for my favorite part, painting this atrocity. I started with a light blue color to paint veins on my creature. I followed this with random blotches of a clear orange color. I don't have a really specific plan on how I'm going to paint this, but hopefully at the end it's going to look like rotten flesh. I'm adding some purple in the mix to replicate bruising and maybe even some discolored meat. And this is followed with a really oxide red-brown color. There isn't really a specific mix to how I put these colors together, I just put random colors until it looks more or less right. With all these layers, some of the paint gets washed out, so I reapply some of the blue here. At this point I thought it would help to add a skin tone color, but it ended up lightening the whole thing too much, but I fixed it at a later point anyway. In the same spot where I added the metal wire replicating the ribs, I'm painting on a white color to make it look like ribs are almost showing through. For pretty much all of the painting here I'm using lacquer based paints. If I tried to do this with acrylic paints, that white would have a lot more overspray. So my ribs have a bit more depth. I spray a thin coat of clear yellow. Here I'm using the help of some lacquer thinner to strip off the paint from my eyeball and teeth. This is a whole lot easier than masking the eyeball in advance, or trying to paint it after. The natural color of the clay is better than any paint I could ever use, as it's not completely opaque, and it's somewhat similar to real teeth. This is another reason I really like using lacquer paint. It's super durable, but if you want to, you can remove it very easily. For the eyeball, I mask it very quickly with some masking putty. I like this method for painting eyes, since it takes no time, but it doesn't look half bad when done. Now the moment of truth. Did I screw up the eye? And the answer is yes, but luckily it's a pretty quick and easy fix. I just remask it, respray it, and boom, done. To finish off the eye, I still have the iris left to do, and I do that just by painting light brush strokes with 2 different shades of blue. This is just a brush dipped in lacquer thinner to clean the teeth more. Here I'm just painting tiny veins to the eye, but because of my shitty camera work you can't really see it. Onto the final layer, I'm applying gloss varnish to the eye and the rest of the skin to make it nice and moist. If my abomination did not look disgusting already, this should help quite a bit. Grease it up a little. So my guy doesn't look too cute. I'm adding some blood to its gums and some parts of his body. This acrylic paint from Citadel I found to be the most realistic blood on the market. Now that I'm adding the final touches, I wanted to really thank you for checking out this video. You should subscribe though if you want to see more like it.